Welcome to Knights of Roleplay, an adventuring podcast. This is an actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Royalty-free music provided by Kevin MacLeod, Michael Gelfie Studios, Plate Mill Games, and Tabletop Audio. And now, to adventure. Hello listeners, thank you for joining us for this episode of Knights of Roleplay. I'm DM Chris. In this session I will be continuing to run you through an adventure called Cult of the Cave Crickets, a multi-session level 2 horror-themed adventure from Darkstar Adventures. The adventure is live on Kickstarter until July 31st. There's a link to the Kickstarter in the show notes for this episode. We will be using Theater of the Mind for combat encounters rather than maps and minis. I'd like to repeat my content warning from our last adventure. Some of the scenes depicted in this horror adventure are graphic in nature. Listener discretion is advised. Our group of adventurers consists of Riki, a kobold fighter, Quinn, an elf warlock, Jin, a human fighter warlock, and Wit, a Kenku sorcerer.
So I think we found the cave cricket. Now we just need to find the cult.
Okay. So, as our adventure begins, your group was journeying along the outskirts of the known world when you encountered Professor Barnabas Ward, Professor of Law and Jurisprudence at the Blackwood College of Ancient Mysteries. He said he was part of an expedition who set out to find a fallen star. The expedition had just made camp when a fierce snowstorm struck. Unprepared for the sudden weather shift, they fled into the nearby caves for shelter. They were attacked by unseen monsters and the group scattered. He escaped the caves, grabbed a horse, and fled into the wilderness. He said he would give you the remaining funds for the expedition if you would investigate the camp and try to discover the fate of his companions. You all agreed and arrived at the camp about 4 hours later. Upon your arrival, you investigated the remains of the camp and found 3 bodies, along with hieroglyphs describing Myceliarax, the great fungal lord, as well as an admonishment of interlopers and heathens. You also discovered evidence of clawed creatures with many legs before heading north up the river to investigate a cave. Inside the cave, along the edge of the river, you discovered a secret alcove that contained the body of a 7-foot-tall, cricket-like creature with a cudgel, as well as a drawing on the wall showing a cricket-like creature fighting a beaked monstrosity with the cudgel. The ordeal of fighting against the river to reach the alcove left you tired and weary. You decided to take a short rest outside the cave. During your rest, you identified the cudgel. It is the Cudgel of Myceliarax, a stout club formed of rigid fungus and treated with the yellow ichor of the fungal lord. The cudgel is a +1 club. A chaotic aligned spellcaster who attunes to the cudgel also gains a +1 to spell attack rolls. With your rest completed, how would you like to proceed?
Bird gets a stick.
Well, which one of us is chaotic aligned?
Is anybody chaotic aligned?
I need to double check what she is.
I mean, I always play chaotic neutral personally, so...
And you're the only
what is
spellcaster we
she?
have.
Well, no. We're both warlocks.
They're both
so
warlocks.
I do use...
Warlocks are not real spellcasters. They
I
just
use
pretend.
Eldritch Blast, and I use... because she's got Sword and Board side, she's got like... What is it? Booming Blade. So she does do attack. Like her spells are almost exclusively attack rolls. But I don't know what you guys do. Don't want to hoard it if someone's
Eldritch
better.
Blast, and I have Witch Bolt. Those are what I have.
Does Witch Bolt do an attack roll?
Is it concentration? Let's see.
I'm trying to remember if it's
Let me look
roll,
at... I don't know if she's chaotic.
You make a ranged attack against a creature.
So yes, you do. Yeah, that's right. Witch Bolt. If you hit with the attack, then every round you can use your action to do additional damage. It's kind of a double-edged weapon spell.
Where's alignment in D&D Beyond? Oh, chaotic neutral.
What did I do?
We're all a little crazy
Let's
here.
be honest.
Yeah.
Kate, you're never chaotic neutral.
Well, until you see what she does in combat.
I am realizing I left my sheet with the names of the people on my computer at the office.
So who is taking the cudgel?
I mean,
It's +1 to hit and damage as a club.
Okay.
And it's +1 to spell attack rolls for
So
chaotic
it's a strength weapon, though? It's not finesse, right?
Correct. It's a strength weapon. Yep.
So,
But just the +1 to spells is a pretty
mean-
huge thing.
does the Kenku roll spell attacks?
I have one.
Okay.
A firebolt.
Horrible.
Let me
Firebolt.
double check.
Firebolt of lightning.
Oh, wait, why am I... I'm Natalia? Okay, hang on. I
Galileo.
might be wrong.
Galileo.
I didn't look at what character sheet I had open. It was not Jin, it was Z. So hang on, because that's how my day is going. I really would like to go to my characters and not my profile D&D Beyond. Thank you. That's what I clicked.
I guess I'm a chaos agent.
You're a chaos agent.
Let me look and see if Jin is
Before
chaos.
we end today, I actually have something for you, by the way.
You have something for me before we end? Okay. Cool.
Hang on. Come on.
It's nothing bad, I promise.
Well, that's a matter of
So
perspective.
description is a description alignment. She is lawful neutral, so she's not chaotic anyway. So it doesn't matter.
So Wit gets the club.
Yep.
Wait.
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 So you have +1 to spell attacks with your firebolt.
Okay.
Which is handy because firebolts
And
are
damage?
good staple
It's
spell.
+1 to spell attack rolls.
Okay, I didn't hear what.
If you
yeah.
use it as a club,
That's right.
it's
that's
+1 to
Oh, okay,
attack
okay,
damage.
okay. Wit is stronger than me anyway, so she's better to hit with it too. I'll get that right before the end of this. We crossed that so many times last adventure because we all had it wrong for like the first 2/3, and it was like, oops. That's right, Whitmore. He played by
Yes,
she.
Whitmore E name. Witty name.
He.
Okay.
Witty
So,
name.
with your rest completed, how would you like to proceed? You could potentially go back into the cave, and there is also the crater.
I mean,
Riki was wanting to see what was down that narrow part of the cave.
Jin agrees.
There was a narrow part of the pathway that you guys had
she-
stopped at. Yeah.
Jin also asks Ricky, based on the drawings that Wit drew of the cricket, like, does that match with the tracks that you saw in the camp, or was it something different?
That's a
Perhaps
good
more
question.
like the thing that was fighting the cricket? Which tracks match?
Something I should punt to the DM.
What's the question?
The tracks that I found in the camp, do they match the cricket?
Or the other thing it was fighting in Wit's drawing?
Do they match the cricket that you found in the secret alcove
Yes.
next to the river? Yes, it does match the cricket creature that you found. The body of
Okay.
the cricket creature, yes.
So, Riki
That's a
thinks
little-
that it's about the right shape for whatever's out there. So yeah, good chance that
I had hoped that perhaps
It
the
was a
crickets
cricket.
would be allies based on the information we found, but it would seem now that they are
Moldy bugs.
what's
Moldy
killed-
bugs.
allies are dead.
What's
Riki
killed
doesn't care.
the others.
It would seem that our quest here has been a failure since there's no one alive that we are aware
We need to
of.
account for all of
Well,
them, though.
We still got more people to find.
Do you have prints of the handout, by the way?
Prince of what?
The handout that I don't have on this. This is not my laptop where I downloaded it from Zoom.
Yeah, I was looking
So
for
I
it too.
don't
sorry.
have a digital
I thought I
format
had saved
on
it
this.
to my Google Drive, but
Yeah.
I can't find it.
There's this
There we
handout
go.
with the names,
so
right?
which,
Yes,
let me
those
just
names.
check off.
There's
dead,
this
dead.
handout with the crater.
Did.
Yeah.
He did. She did. He did. Which ones did we find?
There's this, which you can't see.
Okay.
Keep
Don't see a thing.
Oh, saw that. I can still see that.
I love the artwork,
Yeah, the artwork is good.
which I think is done by Jeff's wife.
Jeff's
right?
wife,
To give a
Casey.
shout out to Casey. Yeah,
she did a wonderful job on
Awesome.
the art. Yeah.
So let's see here. So we
Nice artwork.
Kingsport
Nice artwork.
was alive. alive. Kingsport's alive, but then we found. Did I write them down?
So you're heading back to the narrow part of the river.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be heading back to the narrow part of the river, the thing we had to try to squeeze through.
Okay, yeah. So you go back in the cave, and
Squeeze through something?
and you come to basically the point where like you're across from where the secret alcove is, and the pathway in front of you, that's next to the river, narrows to just 6 inches wide for the next 15 feet. So you can do one of a couple of things. You can try to jump, or you can try to balance. Essentially, it's athletics versus acrobatics.
Oh, okay. So the pathway itself narrows. It's not like the walls have closed in.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
No. It's just literally the footpath suddenly becomes like 6 inches. So you can try to jump across it with athletics to where it widens out again. Or you can try to use acrobatics to balance along it.
Yeah.
Ricky thinks we need to use the rope again.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And can two people who have acrobatics help each other?
Acrobatics, huh?
Acrobatics. Who's the third body that we found because I didn't write it down? Well,
Don't toss the kobold.
I had Lavina Marlowe, Ambrose Gilman.
Toss the kobold.
I can fly. I can
Who
fly.
was the third body? We had found names, I think, for all of them, and I didn't write down one of them. I had Ambrose Gilman and Lavina Marlowe.
Did.
Hold on just a minute. Hold on.
D-E-D dead.
Let's see.
With the
Okay,
rope.
so the burial mounds, the bodies of Horatio Kingsport, and Ambrose Gilman, and then
Oh,
by the river,
Dead.
you found Lavina Marlowe.
Okay. And who was the one who we spoke with initially?
Barnabas.
Barnabas.
Collins from Dark Shadows.
Yes, that was Professor Barnabas Ward.
Sorry
Who's
about that,
not
Chris.
on
I
this
thought I was
list.
better
It's
prepared
just
than I
the
was.
other names. Okay.
It's all good.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, Barnaby.
But not Wilhelm.
So how would you like to try to
Fascinating.
move beyond or past this
Ricky's gonna jump.
pathway?
We're good. Well, first of all, rope. Secure ourselves to each other with a rope, and
Yeah.
then Ricky's gonna jump.
Okay.
Okay. So just remember about the athletics checks that we did last time. How much of a pain in the butt that was. You're making an athletics check to jump.
Wait. You
no,
said that there was something
acrobatics.
we could do with acrobatics.
Acrobatics
Yeah,
is
balance.
balancing
Yeah.
across.
Oh, that's what I
Balancing,
meant.
okay.
That's the balance
Yeah.
for acrobatics. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm like, is the first thing they're going to do make another athletics check and fall in the river?
Another short rest.
I have
Over
a
the river and through the
I have a
woods.
better-
Where he goes, he goes.
I have a better
Is that like
acrobatics
walking
than-
sideways? Is that
Basically, yeah. Just kind of
Walking
like,
like an Egyptian.
having your back up against
penguin.
it and just kind of
Shimmy,
shimmy across. So Riki has the rope and is going to acrobatics across this little thing. Okay,
Ricky Shimi Shokopa.
go for it.
Ricky missed.
Ricky got a 16.
16. Okay. You have no trouble getting across there with the rope.
So now can we secure it and make that easier for people to get across?
Good question. Can I find a place to secure the rope?
Yeah.
Like a stalagmite,
Yeah, I would say so.
stalactite, or yeah.
I'll say anybody else that wants to, if you guys want to keep like having somebody put the rope on and go across and then throw it back, you can do it with advantage. You can do acrobatics with advantage to get across.
Okay. Then Ricky will secure the rope and
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
use the rope
Sounds
to get
good.
across.
All right.
I'll grab the rope next and
All right.
tiptoe my little bird toes
acrobatics
across.
with advantage.
Tiptoe with the bird toes through the caves where we are all
17.
going to drown.
17. You make it.
Yay!
and
I'll
Quinn
go next.
goes next?
Okay.
Quinn goes next.
Oh God.
Would go.
Ooh.
4.
4.
Uh-oh. Here
Okay.
we go again.
So you slip and hit the water and bash yourself on some rocks, but they hold you from going down the river. So do an athletics check to reduce the amount of damage that you take.
Okay.
With advantage?
Yes, with advantage because you have the rope.
11.
11. So you take full damage from the rocks.
But then we pull you to the side where the rope is being.
So you take
released.
6 bludgeoning damage,
Ouch.
and
Well, that's up to him.
then they
Yeah.
basically drag you back up on the other side.
There we go. That's useful.
So you get across, but you just took some damage.
It's all.
We're already all soggy.
Oh my goodness
Oh my
gracious.
goodness.
Well, that was a 9 plus
What was that about warlocks only
Yeah.
needing 1d4 to die?
14.
14. You slip and fall.
Good grief.
Yeah, I figured it was a
Yeah,
DC
those
50.
checks are up there, man.
Athletics
All
check
right.
to reduce the damage as you bash into the rocks.
Yeah, it is some
Goodness
pretty high
gracious.
checks for a level 2 campaign.
Who brought the warlocks? Who brought the warlocks?
All right, so that is an 18.
18. Okay, so instead of taking 4, you take 2 bludgeoning.
But really, though,
But really, too.
Me too.
So do I need to try again?
No,
they,
because
we dragged
they
you up.
dragged you
Oh,
back
okay.
to the
To
other
the side we were
side.
going to,
Yeah.
thankfully.
Because we were already over there.
John,
holding the rope.
John and Whit
Thank
and
you for
Ricky.
dragging
Ricky and Whit.
Yeah.
Whit Ricky.
The Warlocks did not have a good go.
Ricky Whit. Ricky Whit. Ricky Whit.
I appreciate your help very much.
The dice
Okay.
are not there.
You're welcome.
So you're on the other side. Now let me look at my awesome map drawn by Casey here. Okay, so you just got past the path, and you go a little more forward, and the path ends at a cave wall that extends from the ceiling to just a foot above the river's surface, and the river rushes in from under the wall. So you're basically hitting this dead end where you see the river bursting out from this wall. And Quinn,
Yes.
with your passive perception, just to the west, like on your left as you're going up this tunnel, you think you see there's basically a big pile of loose rubble right there, and you think you can kind of maybe hear some sort of a noise coming from there, and maybe the faintest little bit of light coming from in between the rocks. So that's what you notice with your passive perception.
Okay. I think I see something and hear something that's very close by. Shall we go take a look?
I would like to start pecking around the rubble for bugs.
Okay, some of the rubble starts to fall off the pile.
Yeah.
Ricky thinks we shouldn't disturb things in caves unless we know what they are.
Bugs.
This is potentially an alternate entrance to the system that was mentioned in the crater full of fungus.
Ricky's heard of weird things happening in caves, finding nasty creatures in caves.
Whit hears fungus and all of a sudden, like, perks his head up. And, ew, fungus. Moldy bugs.
So what's the plan?
We're going over where I see
The rubble?
yeah.
Okay, you're going to clear away the rubble?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With Barney rubble.
Ricky has his bow out.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you have mage hand, right? So in theory, you can lift and move some of it.
So,
Magic missile it.
Right.
you
Eldritch Blast it.
clear away the rubble. And heaving aside the last of the rubble, you gaze into a dark, mossy, waterlogged chamber that measures 10 feet square. 10 feet up, a crack in the ceiling leads above ground and provides a small amount of light. You can make out a ladder lying in the center of the room and the outline of an exit along the western wall. From somewhere distant, you can just barely hear an odd hissing sound, almost like whispers. The pungent smell of damp and decaying plant matter hangs heavy in the cavern air. A clicking and chirping noise emanates from the crack in the ceiling, and several shadowy shapes move along its rim.
I don't think we're alone in here.
Would Ricky recognize them if they were just bats?
You would probably recognize them as bats, but that is not what the sound is.
I see.
It is not bats.
Oh. So we,
Some weird clicking and chirping that you do not recognize.
can we tell if they're giant crickets?
You're not sure. You're basically on the edge of this room that's only lit by light coming through the crack.
And
You guys haven't actually gone in the room yet. You guys are you just cleared the rubble away.
I have dark vision out to 120 feet, by the way.
Okay. What is so dark vision? You don't have dark vision.
I
okay.
have blind sight, but only out
You
to
have
10
blind
feet.
sight. Okay.
Yeah.
Does
Dark vision,
Ricky have dark
60?
vision?
60 dark vision.
Okay. So everybody has dark vision except for Jin. Okay.
Yeah, Jin's is just very limited. It's only 10 feet, basically.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
mine is super dark vision. I have eyes of the dark, literally.
Kenku.
Nice.
Kenku dark
Kenku.
vision.
Kenku eyes.
okay, so you just cleared away the rubble. You're basically standing at the opening to this room. What do you want to do?
Ricky thinks we probably should get up that ladder, but
Live bugs.
The
Live
ladder. The
bugs.
ladder's laying. The ladder's laying on the floor.
the ladder's laying on the floor.
It's laying on the floor. Yeah, and you can just barely make out to the west what looks like a hallway
We could
or
explore
like
the
a
other
path.
hallway.
Okay, so there's a path through there and the crack in the
So
ceiling.
Correct.
if we are
Yep.
quiet,
And it's like a solid ladder, not like a rope ladder, right?
Correct. It's a
Okay.
solid ladder. It's just laying on the ground.
quiet enough, we could sneak through and continue to explore the hallways without alerting those above.
We can.
Ricky likes that plan. We can try that.
I'm gonna stand below the crack and flap like I'm trying to get up there.
Of course.
Okay, so you enter the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see live buggy type things up there.
Get back here.
Are you sure
Those are
they're up there and
large
not in the
bugs.
room where we're in?
Those are large bugs, little friend.
Well, my dark vision tells me that they're not in the room. He said we could see like shadows being cast.
Correct.
from-
The noise
And
is
sounds
I thought
around
they were
the room.
in the room.
No.
They're above us.
They're
We can
above us, and the question is,
See
are they
things
going to-
skittering around up there.
But
Basically, is
What
what
are
I
they going
got,
to
right?
think of a bird who's very interested in them?
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
like an accurate
yeah. You're on the edge of the room and you can see into it because there's a crack in the ceiling.
with light,
And there's like shadowy figures moving up there beyond the crack and making
like
noises.
skittering around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they're not in the.
Correct.
Okay. See, I thought that the
Nope.
noises were in the room with us.
No, they're
I
probably
mean,
echoing
you
down
can,
into
you
the
can hear them in the room because they're coming from up in the crack.
Okay.
So as Wit moves into this room, suddenly Wit is pulled down into the floor and disappears.
Oh no! Feathers.
We don't still have the rope on, do we?
I don't think so.
We didn't say it.
So you immediately start to suffocate Wit.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Might be a good thing I'm good at rolling up characters quick.
So
I'm a dumb bird.
Does it look like quicksand or something, or like a bog?
essentially the like the mold and the fungus along the floor
Okay.
seemed as Whip moved out into it, the mold and the fungus, it like reached up and grabbed Wit around the legs and just pulled Wit right down
Oh, God.
below the surface.
Oh no.
right, tie on a
where's the
rope.
ladder in relation to?
We have a rope.
It is across the middle of the floor.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's just laying down across the floor.
Okay.
But we're not all the way in there, so do we see her
No, but-
go down?
Correct.
It's
It's basically on the opposite side from where you are. So it's probably about like 6 feet away from you.
Who is
where
the cudgel?
Is where the ladder is lying.
She does.
She does.
Okay.
In that case, okay. So situation understood now.
It's only a 10 by 10 foot room, guys.
Correct.
So we did see her.
Yeah, you definitely saw me
Okay.
go poof.
Yes.
What Ricky is going to do then is he is going to go out into the room on the ladder. I'm assuming the ladder's kind of
You
lengthwise
just said it
from
was
where
6
we are
feet
to
away
the other
from
No,
end.
it's
away
across
from-
the
Yeah,
room. It's
yeah.
not touching our end of the room.
Correct. I just
It's
said
not going
it's
from,
6
like,
feet. It's 6
opening
feet
to
away from
opening.
you. It was like somebody was using the ladder to climb down from the crack,
It got
And it
knocked
fell.
and
down.
it got knocked down and it fell. And
Okay.
And it's,
so I
it's
thought
6
it was
feet
like
away from you, laying
okay.
Somebody
flat.
was using the ladder to bridge the gap.
Nope.
How
Nope.
much do I see of the fungal material on the floor now that we're...
You see the fungal material like on every surface of this room.
Okay.
Okay. Then I am going to.
It is completely
Leave it all
covering.
for the buggies.
It's completely covering the floor,
Okay.
Okay.
and it's all over this room. It's not quite around the crack. There's like a little bit of space around the crack up above your head where it's not covered in the fungus.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hold the rope.
Hold the rope.
I give you two. Hold the rope, and they'll take the length of the rope, and I toss it over to where I saw her go thump down through the floor.
Okay, so you throw it out into the middle of the floor. Okay, it lands there, and nothing happens.
And nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Someone's going to have to go after her.
Then, okay, I pull the rope back and do something very un-Ricky-like. Tie the rope around myself and dive
You're
in.
going to Princess
Yes.
Bride it? Yes.
Okay, so you basically jump into the center of the room, and you land momentarily before all the fungus and everything grabs you and pulls you down.
Okay.
So now you're both suffocating.
Okay, so
Okay,
we're gonna try and
so
pull them
something.
out. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm going to I'm going to feel around for a bird.
Okay.
It's like, this
What
was
kind of a
not
check-
written
what kind of a
into
check
the
would that be?
adventure.
If you can't see it,
I mean, if she
Make-
looks straight down, is he
Make
gonna?
make an investigation check.
Okay.
Feel around, trying to get a
And
hold
I'm going to use my inspiration for it.
of wit.
Do we have
yeah, I
inspiration?
didn't think we have that.
Oh, that's our other
Yeah.
campaign.
That's the other thing.
Never mind.
Does your telepathy need line of sight?
I think it does.
You want to check the roll just in case? Because if you could think to her, you could give her instructions.
Pretty sure
Yeah.
it is, but yeah.
Yeah, I think because
Him.
it's not a two-way thing.
And
Because I can only
investigation.
speak, but I can't receive back.
One on the die, and
think
I have no
it's-
bonus. So,
Okay.
so first round, I'm not feeling anything.
Okay, so hold on. So let's have. Okay, so you don't feel anything. You don't find wit. You can both attempt a strength check
Great.
to try to get yourself out. So if you each want to try to do a strength check right now to try to get yourself out, you can try that.
Here we go with the strength checks.
I have no bonus on my strength check, but I don't think a 14 might not cut it.
Fail.
10.
Fail.
These are real. These
So-
are
so you're
real
trying to
intense
fight
for
against-
level 2 characters.
You're trying to fight against this fungus, and you're not able to get yourself out of there. There's like all these. It's like a network of roots that are wrapping around
That's
you and
my next-
holding you down in there.
So not in the area where they went down, but Jin is going to try to blast the mold like next to them.
Should we be in initiative for this?
We probably should be in initiative at this point. Yeah. Why
Okay.
don't we roll initiative right now?
Okay.
Okay. Darn it.
So we have an order of operations on
Darn
this
it
one.
all. In that case, a darn it all.
Yeah, that's not great.
It's mostly so we can determine order of operations on
Right.
this.
So we're not all just like asking Chris questions.
Yeah.
willy-nilly.
And so we know how long me and the bird can survive.
What was your initiative wit? Thanks for asking. 20.
Oh, that's good.
Nice wit.
Jin?
7.
Ricky?
Also a dirty 20.
Nice.
Nice.
I am +3 on my dex.
I'm +2.
Okay.
Quinn.
10 wins.
That's actually appropriate since we were the ones to get sucked under that we would go
Yeah.
first. So. Ricky?
Ricky's first.
Witty?
Witty. Second.
Quinn and Jin. Sounds like a TV show.
like Cagney and Lacey.
Ricky, we
Ricky, Ticky, Dick, and Don.
Oh, crap.
Okay.
I don't even know what to do.
So with Wit and
Eldritch
Ricky
Blast.
underneath the
Use their
surface of this fungoid trapped down there. So Ricky and Whitney. Quinn, what would you like to do? Actually, wait, hold on. Before you go, actually, no, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Take your turn.
I'm going to try to see if I can use...
That doesn't work.
I'm sorry I'm a dumb bird.
Oh, okay. So if I try to use Mage Hand, I have to see...
Yeah, I mean, you could like try to maybe move some of the fungus on the floor with the mage hand, but
Yeah. I mean,
There's a
he
lot
has
of
a
it.
rope attached, though.
There's a lot
So
of
we
it.
could just start trying
Find
to pull
if
him
the-
out. We could
yeah.
help each other to try. But if he doesn't
if you
get
want to make a
hit-
strength check to try to pull
I'm
on the
going to
rope,
try to do that, at least.
But I haven't.
Although if he
well,
hasn't
they
found
don't
her-
know that you
yeah.
haven't found me.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's up to you, Greg. What you want
To be
to
fair.
do?
To be fair.
Or we could try to light it on fire, which is not a bad warlock action.
Well, you know what? Should I try to light it on fire?
Just don't. I mean, I wouldn't do it right on top of their heads. But
Follow
do what your
baby,
character would do.
WWQW.
Maybe he's destructive. I
I'm going
don't
to
know.
pull. That's what darkness would do.
You're gonna pull.
Yeah, I'm going
Okay.
to try to pull him up.
So far in this adventure, you've been a fan of pulling out.
You know...
Just saying. Just saying.
Wow.
All right, make a strength check, Quinn, to pull Ricky out.
Strength check.
And maybe witty.
All right, so it's 13.
13. You pull and you pull, but something in there has got a good
Jammed.
hold of him.
So just to confirm,
raspberry.
do I feel like something has actually grabbed me, or
Yes.
do I just feel like I'm in some kind of
You
fire?
you feel like you have like roots, like stringy things, like all around your arms and legs, all over your body.
Gotcha.
Could you
Yeah.
attack it is the question. That would be another angle.
So that is Quinn's turn.
Like the roots are sentient.
Is there anything you wanted to do?
I'd like bonus action.
A bonus
You could do
action.
bonus action
Misty
something.
step out the hell out
If
of
we
here.
want to try to pull them out for real,
Bye,
we
guys.
may have to help each other.
Okay.
That may be.
Yeah.
But-
So I'm going to save my save. No.
Okay.
That's,
Jin, what would you like to do on your turn?
Okay. Jin is going to try attacking the mold since she saw it grab two of her compatriots. So she's going to try to go like right to the side of where she saw them go down. So
Hold on a second. Are you entering the room?
no,
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then let's see here. So yeah, that's attack rolls.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
now, just to back up a little bit,
Yeah.
my pulling the thing, I didn't have to go in the room to do
Nope.
that, correct?
Nope, you did not.
Okay. I just want to be sure.
You are totally good.
The room is a mimic. It's a mimic.
All right.
It's a mimic.
We don't hear her at all.
Him.
Him at all.
Mike,
Doing his thing.
graceful. Okay, so Eldritch
See, I'm
Blast,
looking
which
at
is the
you.
beam.
I know.
Higher level. Yeah, I'm not high enough
I'll do
level.
better.
Okay, one beam.
Do I need to
here we
dress
go.
more manly?
Pew pew.
I'm wearing an Iron Maiden shirt.
So then, let's see here. That's going to be AC 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's going to be for, if I could look at my stuff. So it's just the D10. Okay, no modifier on that. So that'll hit for 4.
4.
For whatever Eldritch Blast is, which is Force Energy, I think?
It's force, yeah.
Yeah.
So you blast away a bunch of like mold and fungus and roots, and it doesn't seem to fill back in. Like you blast
Okay.
it against the other wall, and it seems to make a dent.
Okay, let me look at what I've got for bonus actions since any good. That's it. 400, second one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's her. I say, Quinn, I can help you pull next turn if you need.
Okay.
There were rules for like a combined strength check, something like that, more than just help. I wonder what the real.
Well, it's your turn, Ricky.
Ricky doesn't know anything about what's going on topside. He
Not really, no.
No, so he's still looking for the bird.
Hey, can they hear us at all?
The two of you don't hear anything.
Everything's muffled. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we can't even communicate with them.
Yeah, it's pretty well packed in there. Yeah.
We just got pulled in by sentient mold. I don't think we're really listening.
What's up, John?
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna kind of keep looking for the bird.
Okay.
But if I'm all wrapped up, do I need to like make a strength check to try to move around or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean you don't have a speed right now. Your speed is 0.
Restrained.
Yeah, I mean you can make a strength check to try to free yourself. You can make an investigation check to try to see if basically if wit is within reach. I mean, you probably have some play like in your arms, maybe a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna keep looking. I'll worry about if I can find wit.
Okay.
Then
And you did feel the rope get pulled
Yeah.
a little bit from like a few seconds ago.
Okay. So I'm gonna attempt another investigation check.
Okay.
Do me better, huh? In the box. Another 14.
Another 14.
Another 14. Same thing.
You are not able to find and locate wit.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the first one was a one, actually.
Let's see. Features. Let's see.
Now, is there a time limit?
If we're
Well,
suffocating,
Suffocating
yes.
takes a long time, thankfully.
In 5e,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, luckily in 5e. It's,
Yeah, there's like 2 stages to it.
yes.
There's
yes.
like what the stage before
You
you
saw
run
it
out
in the
of
wine
breath.
room and the tomb. It takes
Yeah.
a long time.
All right. I'm going to try to grovel, cower, and beg. No. Yeah, I don't really have a.
I mean, each turn is only 6 seconds.
If you want to make a strength check to
This
get out,
feels like long because
I will allow that.
Okay.
Go through
Thank you.
combat.
I will
Yeah.
10
that.
rounds.
Trying to get the dice for the strength
Realistically, a lot of people can hold their breath for at least a minute.
Yeah.
check. I have as good a strength as I do intelligence,
Great.
and a 3 is not going to cut it.
you try to wrestle your way out and you can't do it.
Yeah.
All right, is that turn?
That is turn.
All right, Wit. You can make a strength check to get out. You can do other things if you want.
Light it on fire.
I'm going to panic
Yep.
and cast Burning Hands.
All right.
Don't singe the lizard.
Roll damage.
Seems fun. I like
I
it.
take it does not have a dexterity save.
It's going to automatically fail
Okay.
It's right in front of your face.
because it's surrounding you.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we'll see that at least. That's a big honking cone, 15 feet.
So that's 3d6 fire damage. So
Okay.
that's 10, 12. 12 fire
12 fire
in a
damage.
15-foot cone.
Okay.
Fire. I'm going to go right up, like straight up if I can.
Okay. So straight up.
And pray I don't hit Ricky. Not that I know Ricky's in there.
No, you don't. You don't. But it makes sense that you would shoot straight up. So I'm going to say that that the whole like top layer of this floor just bursts into flames and goes like
Flames!
and goes like flying all over the place. And you basically see Wit about like 2/3 of the way covered from about the chest down, and everything else above there is all burned away, and you can kind of see like Ricky's arm sticking out. How much damage? It was 12.
12.
John, Ricky takes 3 fire.
3 fire damage. Okay.
3 fire
Sorry.
damage.
Ow!
But you are partially uncovered by this.
So now you can see her.
So everybody can see like the top third of Wit and the arm of Ricky.
Beak. Bugs. This is supposed to be a horror campaign. So much giggling.
Listening to the recording of you encountering the cricket last time. Bug. Sorry. You played it perfectly. It was so cute.
Is that your turn?
I would say that's my turn.
Well, I did cover my mouth
Okay.
earlier when you were pulled under. So
After Wit uses Burning Hands very effectively, let's see who's still out there. So Jin and Quinn, and actually Wit as well. You see what looks like the cricket creature from inside the secret alcove near the river. You see creatures that look like that are alive. You see their heads up in the crack, and they start hucking rocks down at you guys.
Oh, no.
So one's gonna throw a rock at Wit. Oh, that's probably not gonna hit though. AC 9.
That misses.
All right, one's gonna throw a rock.
But not by much.
Not so much at Ricky. One's gonna throw a rock at Jin and Quinn, but you both have cover. So let's try to factor that in there. AC 11 is gonna miss Jin and Quinn. Ooh. AC 22 minus 2 is still 20.
that's gonna hit.
That's gonna hit you. Okay. So one of the rocks manages to brain you for 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, that's bloody.
Okay.
Really?
And then it is Quinn's.
Did you roll any hit dice when we took our short rest?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
You did?
Okay.
Well, maybe.
Oh, that's right. You fell in the water. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you bloody already?
He doesn't have. He only has 17 hit points too. He's a squishy warlock.
That's more than me.
Also, one more thing. In addition to seeing the top part of Wit and the arm of Riki, you also see what looks like another arm,
Oh no.
but it's not moving.
Oh no.
The owner of said ladder, probably.
But anyway, so
our
Quinn,
party.
it is your turn. So you see these cricket creatures up there throwing rocks down.
And you saw that she just burned a bunch of it
Oh,
by
yeah.
the time.
You saw a bunch of it was burned.
Yeah.
And
Oh, well, it's
the
twin
rules
star.
for like combined ability score checks, you just add their scores together.
I wonder.
Add their scores together.
If for like, for instance, it might say in the module something like you can move this block with a combined score of 50. Or
Oh, it's
something
one of those
like
strength
that.
checks where you add it up,
Oh,
right?
yeah, you add the ability scores together.
Yeah, rather.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. You're not like rolling the checks and then adding the sums of the checks together or something. Okay.
No.
All right, Greg, what do you want to do?
Maybe I should just help burn.
I mean, if their heads are exposed and they're not suffocating
Well,
anymore, what
hers
would you-
is. Mine's just.
You only see an arm.
He's still suffocating.
Kobold arm.
Ricky's still suffocating.
I'm gonna
But we see his arm.
Yeah,
Eldritch Blast.
go for it.
Okay.
What you gonna blast?
Just down into the
The
hole
darkness.
Where I
Yeah,
see.
sure, go for it. Eldritch blast into the
Try to
hole.
free up Ricky's head.
All right. Now I'd roll an attack roll for that.
Roll an attack roll. Yep.
Okay. And damage dice is D10.
I'm sorry, I'm such chaos, guys.
So
It's more fun this way.
That's a good hit.
21 to hit.
Yep. You got it.
And it's going to be for 7.
7. Okay, you blast away this huge chunk of all the roots and the moss and the fungus that's right next to Wit.
So this particular one has an extra. It's 300 feet.
Okay. That it doesn't really.
It doesn't matter in
No, it
that
doesn't
case.
matter.
That's just the range.
Yeah, it's just the range.
Which means you can stand farther away and still.
Yeah. Okay, so Greg, so you blast away this big chunk of basically the moss and fungus covered floor, and then the whole mass seems to kind of like wither and basically fall down to the very bottom of this entire pit. So you see Ricky and Wit completely uncovered from this stuff. There's sort of like a big pile of it at the bottom of this like 10-foot square pit, basically. And there is a person's body also there along with them.
How deep is the pit?
10 feet.
Also 10 feet. Right?
Also 10 feet. Yep. You guys are at the bottom. There's just like a big carpet of carpet of fungus that is not alive. All the roots and everything have all been burned up, and they basically just died off from all the fire and the force damage and everything like that. There are still cricket creatures throwing rocks through the hole in the ceiling, and you got to get out of the hole. But that is what the result of
So
your
the question
Eldritch
is,
blast
did people want to grab that ladder and get to the other side? Or
The
do
ladder
we
is down
wanna
there. The ladder is in there.
Yeah.
Oh, the ladder fell with us.
The ladder
Yeah,
fell with
so
you.
do we want to get to the other
Yes.
side and continue down this treacherous area, or do we want to
So
back
that was
out
Quinn's
and
turn, so Jin.
reconsider? Okay.
You don't have time to talk to us about
Jin's
that.
running
so-
defense, saying, where do we want to go? And she's going to Eldritch Blast pew pew up at one of the cricket people.
They have cover, but go ahead and take your shot.
All right.
Shoot your shot.
Actually, how many of them could she see? How many?
You can probably. They're sort of moving in and out of your sight.
Okay.
You see their heads poke up and they throw a rock
so
and
not
then
a
kind of
good
come back down
reliable
again.
target. Okay,
Yeah.
she's just going to try to shoot one, see if she can't spook them a bit.
Okay.
All right. It's going to be AC 17 to hit.
AC 17.
Or, sorry, 16.
16. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
17 does hit.
Okay. Let's see. Does 16 hit? Because I gave you one high.
Yeah, 16 hits,
Okay,
yep.
16. Okay.
Yep.
For 2
2 damage.
force damage.
You blast that. One of the crickets was like picking up a rock, is about to throw it in there,
Okay.
and then you hit it in one of its arms, and it drops the rock,
Okay.
and then disappears from view.
All right. Now, is there a way to get around the pit to head towards the other side of the room where the other doorway was, or do we have to pretty much
It is
climb
also
down
10 by
into
10.
it?
That
No.
would mean it's the entire room.
It's
No.
the entire room. Okay, I have not been paying close attention. So, all right, she's
Sorry, I didn't
she's
mean to
going to
answer for you,
continue to
DM.
ask what are we doing to give you guys a chance to either decide if we're going to press forward or if you want to climb out back on our side and
All right.
GTFO.
Well,
So-
let's keep going
all right,
then.
done.
Done.
Yep.
Okay. So back up to the top of the round with Ricky. So the only real threat right now is the crickets that are throwing rocks down through the crack. What would you like to do?
Problem for later. And I will attempt to snipe a cricket.
Okay.
And since they're above me, I have no choice. I have no cover of any kind that I can move to from where I am. So.
Is the crack like directly in the ceiling, or
Correct.
is it like on a wall?
Nope, it's directly above. Yeah.
So
Just trying to get a visual. Sorry.
I'm gonna short bow one.
You're actually pretty sure that this crack is the one that's in the crater on the little handout that I gave you guys.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure this is the crack
Under
that's
the
in-
ball.
That
Oh,
that
okay. I
is
didn't
inside the
realize
crater.
it was that
Bottom says
big.
direction.
Yeah, I had thought it was not the same area.
Yeah, you guys didn't go
Okay.
explore the crater,
Okay.
but this is basically the
Our
crack.
spatial sense is telling
This-
us that that's probably
This
it.
is the crack that's in the crater. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so snipe. Ooh, well, not quite. They couldn't have done just a little better to get me a critical, but no, 19 on the die
That's
plus
pretty
7.
That definitely hits.
Yeah.
Schwanky.
Spore.
Can't you roll like that when you're trying to do other things?
I know. For 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing. Okay.
Nice.
You blast an arm off of one of the crickets that's trying to throw a rock in there.
Nice.
You hear the chirping and clicking noises of what you assume is their language, kind of fade off in the background.
We scared
They spooked him.
And so the combat situation is over. There's no immediate danger. You tell me what you would like to do.
Okay.
Well, I think we confirm who attacked the rest of the other party.
Mold yuck.
Yeah.
Mold yuck.
Do you
Ladder.
need a hand up?
Ladder's not going to reach the crack, so let's just use the ladder to go down
Seems
this
we
other
need to go
hallway.
the other direction. We have no choice.
So I'll just.
Can I just firebolt the rest of the mold until
Yeah.
it's gone?
Certainly. What are you doing with regards to the person's body that you found?
Oh, we have to
Let's
search the body.
identify.
I was while I was setting up the ladder, I was figuring one
Yeah,
of them was.
Jin
gonna-
will go and investigate the body. And see
I'll help.
what
Okay.
We didn't say
documentation-
that we set the ladder up for you to come down.
So, I'm sorry. It's a skeleton.
Oh,
It's been totally
So this was basically-
absorbed.
Gelatinous
Okay.
mold.
Are there belongings, or are they all gone?
Yeah, you were able to identify the body as belonging to Eudora Watley.
Yeah.
So her status
Eudora.
dissolved.
Her
Okay.
status is dissolved. Her bones are picked clean.
Dead, gone. Well, I guess we don't need to destroy
Her
this
equipment
one.
is still intact.
The location would be cave pit status. Disintegrated.
So you find
Picked clean.
you find a coin pouch containing 5 gold
Shiny things. Shiny things.
and 22 silver. There is studded leather armor. There is a long sword and a dagger.
All right, I'll take the dagger.
There is a water skin filled with cheap wine.
I'll take that.
And there is a potion of healing.
Ooh, useful.
I will claim the leather if nobody wants.
I think the short sword's probably for you too.
I already have studded leather.
I have regular leather,
Did
so.
inventory shuffling with my starting stuff.
Okay, so you basically loot the skeleton, and then you basically go up into the western opening, to the western passage.
Yes. Yes.
Wild, wild west.
Who wants to hold the potion? Who of us has the
I
highest?
think
Yeah,
Survivability.
he needs the potion, definitely.
What?
Are you going to take it, Greg?
yes, I'll take it.
Are you going to
he's
use
already
it?
bloody.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to use it right now?
Yeah, I guess so. If
It's 2d4 plus 2. Roll it up. Roll it
Those
up.
little
Okay.
potion bottles over there.
Yeah, that puts my AC to
It's at the
17
bottom.
now.
AC is 17. Okay.
Do you want me to update that?
4. So 6 healing.
it's not bad.
So add that to your
Too
character.
shy of max full. Yeah, I'll take that.
And I guess I'm
If you
mostly
got-
set up for using my short bow, so I don't know if you would find the short sword useful.
The short sword? I mean, she'd probably add it to her arsenal. She uses a rapier as her primary
I could.
And she'll
use it.
take the dagger, and she has a ridiculous number of daggers on her. It's kind of
Because I do
pointed out.
have a tool proficiency, so I could use, based upon my...
I mean, you could use it as a tool. I don't think you could fight with it.
So if you guys had investigated the craters, you just would have fought the cricket.
Ah,
You guys would have fought the crickets inside the crater.
gotcha.
Uh,
So we
Instead of
still
getting
may.
pelted with rocks.
You're still up there.
Correct, they are still up there. Okay. So you're in the western passage. The odd hissing noise you noted earlier is louder here. It sounds almost human, whispering with bouts of giggles, hushes, and cries. Voices tumble around and over each other like children at play, dozens of them, cartwheeling and leapfrogging in the darkness just ahead of you. There's a thick curtain of mold and mushrooms here, hanging heavy from wall to wall and completely blocking the way to the west. A small bird is entangled in the strands of mycelium, a strip of paper wrapped around its leg. The fungus has begun to grow through its body. The whispers grow louder, and the mushrooms turn up their gills at your approach. There is an unobstructed tunnel to the north, from which you hear rushing water and a loud, repeating bang, as though a great ram were being crunched against metal and wood. And you hear it like ever so often, go boom, and then there's like a pause, boom.
Put a hand on Quinn's shoulder and say, Quinn,
And there's giggling and laughing,
Quinn,
can
laughing,
you-
whispering, coming from like this curtain of moss in
can
front
you
of you.
pull the
And the
bird
mushrooms look like
to-
they're threatening us.
No, that just when you guys moved in, when you guys moved in,
responsive.
yeah, they
Yeah,
kind
they
of just like
kind
reacted to you being there. There's no attack or anything. They just reacted to you standing near them.
We could burn all of it, but Quinn, can you pull the bird to you so we can see that what's on its leg?
I use Mage Hand
Use mage hand on what?
to pull the bird.
Try to pull the bird out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least the piece of paper.
Yeah.
If we keep the bird, don't move.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so you use mage hand and you get the piece of paper. Let's see. I know that there is some information about that here. Give me 1 second. Oh, here it is. Okay. So the note reads, aid requested. Snowstorm. Camp in ruins. Retreated to caves north of camp. Something deadly in the tunnels. Trapped. Food short. Many hurt or dead. Sent help. Professor Redgrave.
That was their. So this was their SOS.
No, the bird was already dead, though, right?
Yeah.
See it
Correct.
return, okay.
Yep.
So
Well,
it's
it
not like
was-
we can send its message out.
It would seem that would be their SOS. So obviously it didn't reach where it was supposed to.
It did not.
Fallen
Oh,
brethren.
wow.
Fallen brethren.
So the voices and the noises coming from this curtain, you kind of hear, you start to pick out like words and language, and you hear the fungus in the tunnel ahead conceals hidden dangers beyond.
Riki's gonna.
Our prey has vanished into the deep caves, and we will find them. The people come from above to kill us.
If only we could speak to them. If you can see one and can
My
think-
Sealerex is a god and wishes to save this world from destruction.
Burn the mold. Burn the mold.
I'm not opposed to that idea.
No, don't burn. Don't burn. You hear a bunch of little voices from the curtain. Don't burn, no burn, no
No
burn.
burn. No burn. No burn. No burn.
It's definitely
Wait, it's
reacting
just
to you.
imitating it back.
Wait.
Okay.
No burn. No burn.
Can
No
you
burn.
show them the cudgel?
Actually, I'm thinking.
Who has the cudgel?
I do.
Wait.
Okay. How would you like to proceed? You hear this muttering coming from the curtain. It's obviously, it has some form of intelligence.
Yeah,
it
Jin
seems to be.
says-
You're not.
Does it sound similar to the voices I heard when we first got to the camp? I vaguely remember
No, yeah. You when you first walked into the camp, Wit was hearing these weird mutterings. It sounds different than that.
Okay.
It sounds different than that. Yeah.
No burn. No burn.
It's obviously intelligent.
Riki's not happy with the fungus.
Are the crickets your allies?
Yes, crickets, friends, yes.
What about, and she pulls out a piece of paper and sketches real quick what she remembers. Wit, drawing.
Well, you saw it.
The monstrosity.
Yeah, you saw
Right,
it.
but she's showing it to the fungus.
Showing the fungus what? A picture of the beak monstrosity.
The monstrosity.
Assuming it has
Yeah.
eyes.
It doesn't seem to react. I mean, there's still lots of talking and whispering, and it's, it's not directing anything at you right at the moment. It
Can't
doesn't
see
seem
you.
to react.
Can't see you.
We found your honored dead one. It appeared he had fought something worse than us.
The Krikari can walk through walls. Krikari walk through walls.
Are the Krikari the crickets?
Yes, crickets. Yes. So alone. So alone here.
It meant so.
Wit is sus. Wit is sus.
While this is going on, it mentioned something about concealing things. So, of course, Riki is going to try to get a closer look, and for that he needs light. So he's going to light his torch.
Okay.
All right. Fire next to the mold.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very small amount of light still coming from the crack because you're not that far from there.
Yeah.
But you light a torch.
I do light the torch.
Okay. And there's like the voices coming from this curtain kind of squeal a lot and say, no fire, no fire, no fire.
Can
Then
you
move.
show us the hidden dangers?
So you tell it to move?
Yes.
Okay. So it seems to respond. Like wherever it is that you have the torch, it starts to basically separate near where the torch is.
Well, then I look for whatever it is they're concealing.
Okay. There's basically the passageway that you're in continues to the west.
Okay.
But there's also one that goes north.
Correct.
All right.
Yep. You can go north.
And there's also sounds coming from there.
Correct. You keep
The
bringing
thudding
boom, boom. It's coming from the northern passage. Yep. And then you can also go west.
What is the louder?
Riki doesn't like sound, doesn't like the noise. Let's go west.
Well, Jin tries to ask, what is the sound to the north?
People ran like you. Went where noises. Hee hee.
Survivors or the
Meta
path that
Sarah
seems
thinks
more
it's probably a
interesting?
body. But
I'm not strictly opposed to either.
Are we pulling the curtain back?
Basically,
He commanded it.
Ricky put the torch out and told it to move.
They don't like fire.
Sort of threatening her with the torch. And basically, this curtain of
we're like parting the
stuff.
Red Sea
Yeah,
of mold
basically, it's parting
with fire.
It's parting itself in the middle, kind of like a curtain, to allow.
I open it.
You open what?
Oh, you're going to
It
go
is
through the
open.
curtain?
It's
Oh,
already
so
open.
already-
It
Yeah,
moves
he's
from
he's
fire
using the
'cause
torch.
We asked it to.
He's using the torch, and
So there's
it's opening
a
up on its own.
sentience to the mold.
Yeah, it's definitely sentient.
so it's
So you
like
can actually
covered.
talk to it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's just like this. This is hanging in front of the door. There's a big curtain.
So our
John
current-
puts a torch to it, and it separates in the middle.
So our
Okay, I
current,
thought it was
current
someone
decision
speaking. Got
is
It is.
north.
It is
where this-
speaking.
Yeah. So the current decision is north, where this booming sound is coming from, or west, which was hidden by the curtain in them.
And the
Which
mold,
involves us walking through the curtain.
the mold told us that at least one other survivor had run to the north, to the noise.
Okay, so I guess we should go to the noise.
Riki doesn't like the noise.
Recover bodies. Recover
Our
bodies.
mission was to get answers.
I know.
We can return.
Well, I'll let
That's
you do what you
optimistic.
want, little one.
That's my goal.
If you wish,
We need to.
I will let you do what you want, little one.
Does anyone
if you
else
wish.
want to light a torch in the hopes that it will discourage further attacks from this?
If I
She
create a
looks like
minor
a wall.
illusion of a fire, Does it react to that?
Doesn't give off heat, right?
Correct. It
Right, it's just
minor
an
illusions are strictly visual.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't seem to react to that.
Okay.
It says, "Hey, mushroom helps to heal. Hey, mushrooms heal."
Really?
That's what it's saying.
Can you heal any of us if we come to you? And
Don't
you're-
ask that.
No?
Mushrooms heal. The mushrooms that are on the curtain kind of pulse a little bit, kind of move a little bit
Okay.
as it's trying to tell you this.
All right.
Don't ask weird mushrooms to
Don't talk to mushrooms.
Jin's
do
pretty-
things with your body.
If you haven't figured it out yet, Jin is pretty weird.
How many times have I told you? Stop talking to mushrooms.
So before we pick our path,
There's a
Jin-
fungus among us.
Jin gently walks out and stretches out a hand and gently tries to touch the one that gestured to her.
You think I'm stupid for
I
walking
mean,
into a
maybe I'm
room?
stupid, but she's intrigued.
So the curtain swiftly detaches from the wall and wraps around you. I need you to make a DC 15 Constitution save.
Oh no! This might be the end of her. That's all right. TPK! No, that's not going to
not
be it.
good.
No, that's not going to be it.
Didn't
at
get
all.
15?
That's going to be a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fungus snakes under your clothing and attaches painfully to your nerves and muscles.
Oh no.
You take
Uh-oh.
1 point of piercing damage.
Okay.
You're a wizard, so you know.
Well, she's already dead, so
That's true.
She's been dead.
So it wraps around and like you feel this, you feel like this sort of burst of power within you. You feel like a certain kind of a strength
Okay.
that you get from having it.
Oh.
So basically what you are wearing right now is you are wearing the Whispering Mycelium armor.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So while attached, it provides you with a certain measure of damage reduction.
Okay.
When you take damage from any source, reduce the damage by 1.
Okay.
So it's basically +1.
Just by 1. Okay.
If you would take fire damage, you take an additional D4 fire damage.
So it's very susceptible to fire.
Okay. Okay.
Ricky,
That's right. There's a little more. And like the whispering, the little childlike voices, I mean, you can still hear it very clearly.
Okay.
And it basically explains to you that you can absorb nutrients and energy from the surrounding flora instead of through food.
Well.
So while in an area of abundant plant life, you no longer need to eat or drink,
Nice.
crazy.
and you
I
have
don't know if I call that nice.
For her? Nice.
You're literally now moldy. The mold has into your skin.
Moldy Warlock.
You are wearing live armor
yes. One
that
more thing.
whispers to you.
Yes, one more thing. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks while in a natural setting.
Okay. This is cool.
Because you're one with the plant
I
life.
think that's awesome.
You're a plant person.
Okay.
She's a fungus among us.
She was already an undead.
Ricky, of
this
course,
is
knows none of
clocks,
this.
trust me.
Yeah. Ricky, of course, knows none of this and immediately
No, you guys see you see the whole curtain wrap around
Okay.
her, and she's obviously in pain.
if
She's like,
you-
oh, as the thing wraps around her.
Okay.
Hang on. So Ricky is just brandishes the torch again. It's just like,
Yep.
release
Let our people go.
Release the lady. Release the lady or I burn.
I mean, how quickly do I settle and realize that all of this has happened? I guess that's
It just happens in an instant.
an instant. Okay, so Jin holds up her now mushroomy hands and says, "Wait, wait, wait!"
She's now Swamp Thing.
It says,
Wit is backing
This
away
is-
from you.
"The pain was only momentary.
So you're dead.
No,
No. Stay back.
I've been dead. This is not the same."
This is not. You're controlled. You're controlled by the mushrooms.
I'm not controlled.
You are controlled by the mushrooms. The mushrooms would say that.
No. Please don't set me on fire. You're going to hurt me more than it already did.
I'm going to burn away the mushrooms.
No. These are going to help me should we have to fight the
Creepy
crickets.
lady, more creepy. Creepy lady, more creepy.
No fire, no
The
fire.
mushrooms will help you fight the mushrooms.
Ricky.
I don't believe you.
You already know how weird I was.
No fire.
Doesn't matter. Now you're now
No
you're
fire,
one of the
no
mushrooms.
fire, no fire.
No fire. That's it.
No fire, no fire, no fire, no fire.
Ask me something only I would know.
It's in your brain. It knows your memories. Ricky's seen this before.
Ricky, she seems okay. I
Ricky.
would let her be.
I am.
I'm gonna start running off
crickets
towards
are
the north.
bigger threat, I think. Little
Honestly,
friend.
I am going to ask her opposed charisma checks on this, on whether or not Ricky believes you.
No.
Okay.
That's okay. I rolled shitty.
All right. All right, I rolled good. So with just straight up charisma?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 21.
Yeah, I rolled 3. It'll probably be more willpower check, but whatever.
I know this seems strange, but I think the crickets are the bigger threat. You saw the tracks at the campsite. They're the ones who've ripped
Said they
over
were
party
allies.
members.
Said they were allies.
They also were eating the corpses.
Well, perhaps the monstrosity is the biggest threat.
Ricky will keep an eye on you. He doesn't trust you anymore.
That's fine, little friend.
Wit's like backing up to the north.
Okay, all right. So Wood starts to head up the north.
Let's see if we can
the
find
north
our
passageway.
additional party members.
You go first.
No. Mold in the back. Mold in the back.
A multi-person, you're in the
Oh
back.
my gosh, if she uses her main feature in a big fight, this is going to be even more ridiculous than it already was going to be.
Okay.
I love
So,
it. This is awesome.
Firebolt at the ready. Firebolt at the ready.
so you head north, and there is a passage to the west, but the passage, they basically come to a T intersection. It goes west and east, and to the east is where you hear the banging.
Okay.
Going toward the bang.
Go toward the bang. Okay.
Okay.
So
Making the decision. Executive decision.
right.
Bird is going to the bang.
A wide and rushing river courses from the darkness in the north and flows past you to the south. I mean, you know what this river is. The crunch of wood and metal is loud here. Across the river, you can make out several insectoid creatures hoisting a large object and ramming it into a makeshift barricade of wood, refuse, and stone. Light leaks from cracks in the barricade, and from within, you see the movement of shadowy forms. A decidedly human cry rings out as the barricade shakes under the force of the attack. A wide mycelium bridge stretches from bank to bank, weaving fungus and mushroom into strands of cordage that span the width of the river and anchor it to the riverbed below.
Like a bridge.
So there's basically a mycelium bridge that goes across the river, and then you can see you can see the Krikari smashing something against this barricade,
Which
and hear
probably has humans
and you can hear
hiding.
humans inside yelling and screaming.
Ricky is not going to wait. Ricky is.
I'm going to
fire.
firebolt them.
So I'm assuming we're going into initiative.
Okay, so you're rushing over to the barricade.
Well, I'm not rushing to the barricade. I've got my bow.
And I got
Okay, so
my,
you guys are basically attacking from the other side of the river.
I'm not walking on that fungus.
Okay, so
It might trust her.
my attack is a distance attack.
Yeah, we're all kind of ranged.
so let's go into combat.
Okay.
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
Come on, give me a good one.
Oh gosh.
That's better.
Nice.
All right, I'll give these to Sarah. Sarah's our initiative tracker.
Easy tracker. And the only
No.
question is whether or not we caught him by
Initiative
surprise.
tracker.
Yeah, the only question is
Stand
whether or not we caught him by
corrected.
surprise.
I would say that you catch them by surprise. I would say that you all get to act before they do.
I'm not used to having to update these more than once in a session.
From what you can see from your vantage point, it looks like they have colorful carapaces covered in the same wet fungus that blankets the cavern walls.
Are they wearing the same armor as me, or
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, they're still a little bit too far away, but you can kind of make out these insectoid creatures. Or I might have said that they are Krikari. They're not actually Krikari. They're not the same cricket creatures that you saw.
Oh.
They are something different.
Okay.
So we have good crickets and bad crickets, maybe. Interesting.
They're all insects.
Jin, initiative.
Oh, let's see here. 14.
Ricky.
13.
To wit, they're all just bugs.
19.
And I rolled a 9.
9.
9.
All right.
So this is basically backwards order.
Nice.
That's hysterical.
Okay. All right. So, top of the round is Quinn, our elven warlock, right?
He is an Eldrin.
Eladrin. Yep.
Eladrin.
Yep. Okay.
Not Galadriel, but Eladrin.
So there are 4 of these creatures. They are probably, let's see, my map right here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. They're probably about 60 feet away from where you're at.
Okay.
Spell sniper. It doesn't matter. He can be the other side of the country.
I mean, you can definitely use ranged attacks of any kind, or you can run across the bridge and go over there if you want.
Well, I'm going to use my enhanced Eldritch Blast.
Up 300 feet. No problem with that, Greg. Go for it. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Core dice abandoned him.
So what was your total?
6 on the roll
Yep.
and 13 for damage.
Oh, you hit armor class 6?
Yep.
Oh, okay. You missed.
AC 6.
Yeah.
AC 6, okay. And that should go, right? Do you have anything else? Bonus action, move, anything like that? You're just going to stay put?
I'll move a little bit closer.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So you move up to, I'll say, just before the bridge. So you don't step on the bridge. Okay. So then, Jin.
All right,
You're
so
up.
to the armor, she says the humans didn't come to attack you. Call these off if they're allies.
No, we don't control. No control. We don't control.
All right. Okay, and then she's going to let's see here. How far away are they?
60 something.
60 feet.
60 feet. Yep.
I'd love to bane them, but that's a 30-foot range. She, for this round, is going to Eldritch Blast. So
Eldritch Blast,
she's
all right.
gonna Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
One of them. Okay. Let's see. Why don't I do the plant-based metal dice? That seems appropriate.
Since you're a walking fun guy.
I rolled. Okay, that's an 11 on the die. So 16 to hit
16 does hit.
for 6 force damage.
6 force. Okay, so you hit creature A, and you damage it with your Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Good job.
All right.
Anything else?
Let me check something real quick. Okay. So then, as a bonus action, you're going to see her say, "Leave the humans alone," or her voice is going to like shift and get kind of demonic. And her tattoos are going to spring to life, and like this swirling dark miasma in the shape of that tattoos is going to come off of her, and she's going to use her form of dread,
Okay.
which is her warlock feature.
Get through the moss.
So,
We'll say it combines in a very disturbing way
Yeah.
with your
yes, yeah. I mean,
mycelium
she's
armor.
already willed the fungus to kind of at least pull back from her face. The tattoos can still do what they need to, and it's like kind of the swirling fungal cloak with all the darkness now. So yeah,
your
it's
head and your hands and your feet
Yeah.
are free.
Okay. So yeah, all of that just combines, and she just becomes something totally different. I don't know if you guys have seen her do this before, but yeah, that's what she does. So now, if she hits things with attack rolls, she's gonna get to try to frighten them.
Okay. Awesome.
So I should have done that before you attacked.
I should have done that before, but this is the first time playing this character, and she gets 1d10 plus 1 temporary hit points.
Okay. Is that your turn?
So we're gonna roll that up. Yeah, that should be it.
Okay.
Ew. Really? I'll take it though. It's something.
Okay, so
Two temporary hit points.
it is the turn of the enemies. So,
But you said they were surprised. This round.
oh, you're right. Yes, correct. They are surprised. So, Riki, go, Riki.
Riki,
Go,
shoot.
Ricky, go, go.
Riki hits AC 22
That hits.
for 5
5.
on A.
Okay. So the one that was hit with the Eldritch Blast now takes an arrow and is bloodied.
All right. Boom.
All right, is that it?
That's it.
Wit, your turn. Firebolt on A.
Yeah, I'm gonna try a firebolt on A.
All right.
AC 23
Hit.
Poor A. Just kidding.
for 7 Fiwa.
Dead.
Poor A. Bam, bam, bam.
Eldritch Blast, arrow, fire, dead.
Crunchy. Anything else?
Cooked buggy. Cooked buggy.
Okay. So then we go back up to the top of the round, and it's going to be Quinn's go, but like the creatures kind of turn around, and they, you can see that their skulls and faces are split open, and there's a dark, glistening nest of tendrils that's coming out of the opening. The
Monstrous crickets. Ew.
and they seem to be holding some sort of like a log of mycelium that they were bashing up against this barricade. It sort of like twitches and pulses as they're bashing it up.
Is this different than the kind of mushrooms that I'm wearing?
Yeah.
So it like looks like kind of like an abomination, whereas mine is more like natural or something, or is it?
No, there's I mean, everything is like fungus and mycelium and mold. It's all some sort of combination of that. And there's the Krikari creatures that you found the body of in the alcove, and they were throwing rocks at you. And then these creatures with these big colorful carapaces and the tendrils coming out of their faces.
Okay.
Unless Jin's in my collar.
There's a wide variety of creatures. Most of it have to do with like crickets and fungus and moss and tendrils and weird things.
Trying to figure out factions.
Quinn, it is your turn.
All right, so I try again.
More Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
Factions are us and dead.
Right.
All right.
But why would that fungus help me? That's the question.
Natural one.
Oh,
Yep.
Greg.
Miss.
Fire that dice.
Yeah, that's my nuts one.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, Jin.
Okay.
Jin, our human fighter warlock.
Okay. Jin asks the cloak if I walk on the bridge, will it let me pass?
A farlock, if you will.
The armor says, looks unsafe.
All right, she says thanks and sends out another Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
The next one.
All right.
All right.
We'll call this B.
So,
B.
okay.
Bee crickets.
Let's try. Keep rolling our mycelium die. All right. Ooh, an 18. I'll take that.
Sure.
It's going to hit for AC 23.
That hits.
It's going to hit for 7. And this thing has to make, I think it's a wisdom saving throw. Let me double check.
Wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw. And if it fails, it's frightened of me until the end of its
Wisdom save. Let's see, does it get any kind of bonus? It doesn't look like it does. Okay. So. 2.
It fails. It
Sounds like a
frightened.
B is frightened.
Yeah.
Got it? Okay.
That's gonna be it for her.
Okay. So that's Jin's turn. So B does not get any closer to the source of its fear. C and D basically move up to the mycelium bridge that's going across. It's going across the river. But they just double move, and that's their turn. That's it. Let me just double check that I don't have any sort of ranged attack. I don't think they do. Nope, doesn't appear that way. I mean, you get a better look at them. The tendrils that are coming out of like the opening in their skulls. The tendrils are long and sinewy. They're dotted with eyes and razor sharp teeth.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross. Perhaps it's better that we're not hand to hand with these guys.
And they drop the ram, and it sprouts 4 thick appendages and starts moving in a direction.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we're on to Riki, our kobold fighter.
More.
More arrows.
Yeah.
Are you shooting at the frightened 1B or some of the ones that are advancing?
Ricky would probably just be shooting at the one that's already hurt.
Okay.
But doesn't matter in the particular case. Well, maybe it does. 11?
11 misses.
Yeah. So that's turn.
That's turn. All right, and then Wit.
Wit's gonna firebolt the log.
Okay,
That's a good idea.
you firebolt the ram. Go for it.
Wit already has PTSD about this mold,
Light it
man.
up.
Mold is bad. Mold is bad. That would be AC 23 again
That hits.
for 5 Fiwa.
5 fire.
It's also fire against the mycelium, whatever. So I'm assuming, I'm hoping it'll be.
Rather be.
So you hit it and you damage it with this fire, and this spore cloud puffs into the air all around it,
Oh, God.
but it's not anywhere near you.
Okay.
But you see it from range. You hit it with the fire, and there's like a poof. The spore cloud kind of shoots out around it and then settles to the ground.
Stay at range.
All right, is that turn?
That would be turn.
All right. Back up the top of the round. Quinn, our Elven Warlock.
All right, I'm going to try to do something.
Try it again.
Who are you shooting at?
Play it again, Sam.
You have 3 of the weird things with the face, with the weird face tendrils, and then you have the ram that now.
There's one that's not coming towards us who's been hurt.
Yep.
2 that are coming towards us.
So probably
with
B.
nothing.
All right, so
Better.
that is 15 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
For 12.
Is it?
Wait, what did you attack with?
Yes.
12 damage.
Eldritch Blast doesn't have a damage modifier, I don't think.
Oh, no. So it's 8.
Yeah.
8. Okay. That is still enough. That creature had 8 hit points, so it dies from your Eldritch Blast. Boom. Okay, so that was Quinn. Now we're on to Jin, our human fighter warlock.
All right.
So C and D of these creatures are coming at you, as well as the rams coming.
The ram is coming.
Yep. They're all moving in this direction, towards the
Okay.
bridge.
She's gonna shoot at the ram.
Okay, go
Just
for
as
it.
an experiment. All right, so Eldritch Blast.
See if the force damage is any different.
That's gonna hit for AC. That's 14. AC 19.
That hits.
That's gonna hit for 4 force damage.
4.
It has to make a Wisdom save or be frightened of her.
Wisdom save. It's a 5.
It fails.
Okay, so it seems to react to your form of dread.
So she stops
And
the
stops moving
spore
forward.
thing from getting closer.
When you hit it, there is no burst of spores.
Okay. All right. And she says, "What can you tell me about this spory log?" To the Whispering Children.
He gave medicate something to medicate with.
Spore's dangerous. Spore's dangerous.
Go to them. I mean, she assumed.
Duh.
I figured as much.
All right, so then it is the. Is that your turn?
Yes.
It is the enemy's turns, and so the The fungal ram does not get any closer. C and D do move across the bridge. And who was up in the front? I think it was actually Greg, who was right on the edge of the bridge. So one of them, they're basically single file on the bridge. So the one in the front attacks you. Uses tendril slash. AC 11.
That will miss.
That will miss. Okay. And the other one is standing behind it, eagerly wanting to get over there and attack you. Ricky, or Kobold Fighter.
Question.
Yes.
It says that when I'm attacked,
Mhm.
I can use my hellish rebuke.
I think that's if you take damage.
Okay, so because I didn't, that doesn't apply.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Carry
Yeah,
on.
damaged you.
Ricky,
Yeah.
Kobold Fighter.
Okay, if I remember correctly, a lit torch is essentially an improvised weapon that does 1 additional fire damage.
Sounds about right. Sure.
So I have a lit torch in my hand. I'm gonna shove it in the face of the one in front of him, in the front of the bridge.
Okay. Go for it. Make an attack roll.
Please don't put it in my face.
No, it's in his face. Actually, no. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna keep rolling my mushroom die.
Yeah,
Mushroom die.
that's his turn.
Let's see. I'm not proficient in improvised weapons, but that's okay because I got 17 on the die. So
Yeah,
17?
You're a fighter, I think. You're
17
proficient
definitely
in
hits.
Everything, pretty much. Yeah.
I think it's a separate thing. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
17 still hits. But let's see. 1 plus my strength modifier, which is 0. So I did 1. So I did 1 bludgeoning and 1 fire damage to the thing.
Okay.
Fiwa.
It takes it. You hit it with it, and it takes a little bit of damage from the impact and from the fire.
Hit it with a stick.
I wonder what these monstrous things.
Did it
think
seem to
of,
take more from the fire?
Just regular fire damage.
Okay.
When I think
That's
of
all that
Wit's
that's all I
cudgel,
wanted to
it's the
see.
question if they're monstrous type of things.
Okay,
They
is
don't
that,
have a beak.
is that Ricky's turn?
That is Ricky's turn.
All right. Wit, our Kenku Sorcerer.
I cast Thunder Wave. Ooh.
Thunderwave. Okay. So hold on. So right now everybody's in single file, but you could probably stand to the right.
If I stand to the right or left, whichever is open.
yes. You could definitely do that. Go for
Quinn.
it. Go for it. Yeah.
Because it's a 15
It's a cone?
foot cube originating from me.
So it does.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
So I can
she's
put
gonna
the cube.
Absolutely.
She's gonna
Yeah.
break
Front
the
of her.
bridge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be a shame, wouldn't
She's
it?
gonna
So it is a
They're on the bridge.
The people are on
it
the
is an
other side of the
AC
bridge.
But they're
13
not on the bridge.
Constitution saving throw.
DC 13, Constitution saving throw. Okay. So let's see. For the 2 creatures that are on the bridge, any saving throw bonuses? I don't see any. Okay, you said dexterity, you said?
Constitution.
Oh, sorry, Constitution. Constitution. That's a 6
Fail.
and a 9.
Fail. Okay, so they take 2d8 thunder damage.
Na, 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 na.
Thunder. So that's 15 total.
They each take 15?
Yep.
Okay.
And they're both pushed 10 feet away from me,
Okay, so there's this huge boom of thunder.
which can be heard from 300 feet away.
No,
Yes.
Not subtle.
it's not even.
I am not a subtle bird.
And you see these 2 creatures like explode in a big mass of gore.
Tentacles everywhere.
Yeah, tentacles and colorful carapace.
Those kinds of shows.
It just goes flying off.
Did I get covered by that stuff?
It would have been pushed away.
Maybe a little bit.
Well, it got pushed back.
Yeah,
So
yeah, all right. So yeah, we'll say no. We'll say no. It was pushed away from you, so they explode away from you, and all their parts and guts and
gibbs.
everything fall into the river and get washed away. And let me look at what the bridge.
I probably have
it says, in addition, unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell's effect. The spell emits a thunderous boom audible about 300 feet away.
Okay.
probably had a very surprised look on my
I
face.
did not take subtle spells for this bird.
No, I think it's perfect. It's awesome. I love it. It's great.
She's thunder, lightning, and fire.
Okay. So
Sorry.
So essentially, You blast the bridge away at the same time.
Shit. I didn't say he was a smart bird.
How wide was the opening?
Say again?
How wide was the opening across the river?
Oh, it's the same 20-foot span that you guys had before.
I was so hoping it would be 10 feet for the ladder.
Yeah, the ladder's only 10 feet.
But what if maybe the
Yeah, but we-
can make one?
Maybe. We'll see. She'll talk to the
We could also throw a rope to the
Yeah,
people
we-
that are over there if they're still alive.
And haul
Yeah,
them.
we can tell them to come
Meta
out.
Sarah
and then-
says.
Yeah, rescue.
Okay, so right now the fungal ram is still alive and wants to.
Was it on the bridge?
It wasn't,
No, it couldn't move forward because it was
'Cause
frightened by
I
the form of
scared
dread.
it.
Right, okay.
but it's still alive.
So it's there, it's still alive, it like wants to attack. How long does that last until your next turn?
Does it have to move away from you, though?
You know, I just
It
can't move
depends on
closer.
the
It's just
flavor
frightened.
of frightened. It's not quite. Yeah, it's
There
not
are
like a full
sometimes they'll
turn.
say
Okay.
the creature is frightened.
Let me read the full
and-
I got
text.
you.
Or whatever. Yeah. You got you. You got
I got you. I
The
got
target
you.
is frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
And I licked it,
Okay.
so now it's mine.
So then we go up to Quinn's turn.
All right.
After everything in
Tasty
front of you
bug
just got
guts, bug guts.
blasted away from you.
And like the surprised look still on my face. It's like,
So the fungal ram is still there.
So I'm going to try to get it
Okay.
with another Eldritch Blast.
It doesn't have a bridge anymore.
So Greg, you just rolled an attack roll and you hit what AC?
14.
14. This is on the fungal ram. That hits.
That sounds painful, fungal ram.
How much damage?
2.
2. All right.
Boing.
Ping!
All right. There's no. It's far away, but there's no puff of spores. Is that your turn, Quinn?
Yes.
Okay. Jin.
All right. She's gonna Eldritch Blast.
All right. Eldritch Blast.
Second verse, same as the first.
Could get better, but it's gonna get worse.
It's gonna hit for AC 16
16 hits.
for 8.
8. It is destroyed.
Awesome.
Oh, no lightning lure.
There is a puff of spores when you hit it, but then it dies.
All right.
Okay, let me gather up all of my stuff here. Get back to where I was. Okay, so the barricade. We did that. So I guess I need you guys to tell me what you're doing about the river that you're now at once again.
Well,
Wasted buggies! Wasted
There's
buggies!
a barricade on the other side that's made of wood, right? That has what we think are people behind it.
Yes,
So-
you can actually hear some people inside
Let's-
saying, "Hello, hello." You hear you hear a female voice
Jen
being like,
says,
"Hello,
Hello, and like fixes her demonic voice and says, "Ho there! The enemies are gone. We need a bridge. If your barricade could help to make such materials."
Okay, so essentially they're yelling from the barricade that they will do their best, and essentially they have to take some time to tear down the barricade
Okay.
because they were using it to protect themselves
Sure,
from these
sure.
creatures. So they do eventually tear it down, and 2 women start to basically bring pieces of the barricade out to the other side
Right.
of the river, and they start to basically place them down
Right.
to basically to create a makeshift bridge.
Yeah, we bring up the ladder to help if we need to.
Sure,
so-
sure. Yeah, I mean, essentially, you don't have any problem getting across and having like a makeshift bridge to get across
Right.
to talk with these survivors.
Okay.
And why don't we pick up there next time and
Okay.
do some stars and wishes right here?
Yay.
That was really cool. That was cool. I like that. All right, stars and wish. Okay. Where's my sheet that has stars and wishes on it?
Where's your sheet, man? Get your sheet together.
There we go. All right. So, stars and wishes. Stars are things you liked. Wishes are things you'd like to see. Greg, do you have any stars and or wishes?
I think during this episode that there was some good character play, especially from our bird over there.
Bird's making things fun.
Getting you into trouble?
Yes.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, the best D&D sessions are the ones we get into the most trouble. But everybody's always just
No trouble here, no trouble here.
Don't do something silly. That might get us hurt. No, that's boring.
Anything else you liked?
I think, everyone kind of doing their roles, I think, has been good. So, so I'd say those are my stars.
Okay. Do you have anything that you'd like to see or that you thought maybe could have been a little different?
Maybe some of our, challenging roles to try to do things, but there's not much you can really do about that because that's just...
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean.
The, just the difficulty.
Oh,
The fact that it seems to be a DC 15 for everything.
The high DC.
Right?
I got you.
Yeah.
Yes, I got you. Yeah. Okay. John, do you have any stars and/or wishes?
Stars. I like the fungal pit. That was fun.
The devouring bog.
Yeah. That was surprisingly fun.
Pit of despair.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to disagree with Greg a little bit. I don't particularly mind the high DC.
Yeah.
I think it might be just a hair too high.
Sure.
Not quite balanced, but overall, I don't mind things being difficult.
Okay.
Like I said, as long as they don't get as long as we don't end up in a slog like we did last time.
I got you.
Slog is such a good word.
It is a good word. Wishes. Nothing immediately comes to mind.
Okay. If you guys had tried to, when you guys were on the river pathway before you found the rumble and went into the devouring bog, you could have technically tried to swim under that wall, but it was a DC 25.
Yeah. I figured it was going to be something like that.
Unless you have a
Anyway.
barbarian.
Kate, do you have any stars and/or wishes?
Huge star is the continuing roleplay dynamic of this different party, which I think is a riot. I think that the armor is awesome.
The Whispering Mycelium
That's
armor.
a really cool, different, unexpected discovery, and just in general, I think it's a very interesting storyline where it's kind of like what's good and what is bad. Like, good bugs, bad bugs, good fungus, bad bug. It's kind of nebulous. And I don't know if that's just like that world in general, because it's kind of that Lovecraftian horror kind of setting. But
Sure.
I think that's really unique and fun and challenging, if a little frustrating to figure out what's going on.
Ricky's perfectly fine with, if it's not part of the party, kill it.
Right.
So, that's
And
all he needs
wishes,
to know about
more of the
that.
same. I mean, the same gentle feedback as everybody else, where it feels like DC 15, especially for a party that doesn't have any strength characters, is maybe a little high for level 2 characters, but I liked that in this adventure it seemed like there were kind of workarounds that we were able to implement instead for those situations.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seemed like it was more workable than the river scenario last time. And then to see more of the cool artwork too that goes with the module, if there is more that you can show us without it being spoilery next time.
I can once we're done, I can show you the map. The case you do, that's really awesome.
So it's fun.
Yeah, I think you might have touched on this slightly, Kate. I think the problem is that we're just slightly mismatched for this campaign.
Oh, we are completely. We've got spooky and we have a.
There is a certain party dynamic that's maybe not in your favor for some of these things. for some
lack
of the
of
checks.
strength, lack of healers.
But all the range really helped us with this last
It
fight.
did,
So
yes.
it's kind
But
of
it's
weird.
realistic for an actual horror movie.
I also think it's hysterical that you have like the spooky party of spooky and or derpy misfits, and then poor Ricky who ended up stuck with them.
Poor Ricky. Ricky's a little weird too.
Right? It works. It works.
Sarah, stars and/or wishes?
Stars, I think that everybody really embraced their characters this week. And I really enjoy seeing that happen because it helps me want to embrace my character too. As for wishes, I disagree with everybody. I like the DC where it is because it makes it more realistic to the setting.
Okay.
We're in a really creepy environment and it should be harder.
Okay.
But Oh, I just want to see more of the party. Finding more creative ways to get around things instead of just relying on,
Brute force it.
brute force. Since we don't have a really huge strength-based anything, and there's a lot of strength checks, we just have to think outside the box. So that's what I want to see.
Okay. So my stars and wishes, my stars, I love what Wit's doing. I love the fact that Wit just walked into the devouring bog. I thought that
I
was...
have an intelligence of 8. Bugs. I want bugs.
I thought that was really awesome. I like the fact that I was able to get somebody to touch the Whispering Mycelium curtain. Because it talks about how, it can talk and communicate with them, all the while trying to get somebody to touch it. And then John had Rika use the torch, and I'm like, you guys are going to walk right by it. And I was like, what can I do to get them to touch it?
Yeah.
The mushrooms offer healing.
Yeah, no.
Maybe somebody will touch it.
Kate's like, healing?
So I was super excited, actually.
Spooky too.
I thought you guys were going to bypass it, and then I managed to get somebody to touch it, so I was very happy with that. And wishes, I'm not sure that I have any, but to address the difficulty class, the DC, like we've all been talking about, this is an OSR adventure. For the listeners who don't know, that's old school revival or old school renaissance, and it's supposed to be harkening back to a style of play that was much more difficult. It was much harder, a little less forgiving, and this is supposed to be an OSR adventure. So those difficulty classes, I think, are in line with OSR.
I'm not saying lucky we haven't lost a character yet.
I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. It's just a different style of play. It's not really the style that I tend to lean towards.
It's not what we're used to.
It's not what we usually do.
A couple of sessions ago, so we're not.
Yeah,
that
but I do
far
think it's
removed
appropriate
from,
for an OSR adventure.
Okay.
But I'm really having a lot of fun. I think you guys are a great role play group, and I really enjoyed the fact. Another star would be the fact that you guys used ranged attacks for that fight. I thought that was really cool. That was a lot of fun. And I think that's it for my stars and wishes.
Before we go for the night, I actually have something that came to me through a fellow DM named Nate.
Okay.
Everybody say hi to Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Hi, Nate. This is a gift for you.
Oh.
Which actually came from another Kickstarter.
This is a Tarask miniature
Goodness gracious.
from Dungeons and Lasers, who do not sponsor us, but this is from Dungeons and Lasers.
It gives
Cool.
flashbacks to the Sword Coast campaign here.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
He
Thank you to
got
Nate. 2,
so he wanted you to be the other DM to have one.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Nate. I appreciate that very much. All right.
I gotta find a place to display it now.
We're running out of room up there.
Let's say goodnight to the listeners.
Good night, listeners.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a review anywhere this podcast can be found. Our social media links, plus additional content, can be found on our website at knightsofroleplay.com. Please tell your friends about Knights of Roleplay, an adventuring podcast, and spread the word through social media. Your help and support are greatly appreciated.